As the leader of New Mexico's largest city, Albuquerque, Mayor RJ Berry, or RJ to just about everybody who knows him, has a vision to move the Duke City forward as a vibrant and thriving city. As an accomplished businessman, entrepreneur, and former two-term state representative, Mayor Berry is a champion of the people and devoted to improving the quality of life for all Albuquerqueans. And we are so pleased to say that Mayor Berry will be joining us right here on New Mexico Style once a month for a little shop talk and a little fun. Good morning.
That's a lot of mayor.
That's a lot of mayor.
So we'll try to keep it interesting.
We're glad it's you, though.
Yeah,
Well, honestly, we always
the
have fun. Well, you gave us such a great, when we did that whole Chasing the Fox series, you gave us such a great perspective on Albuquerque for those who have lived here forever and those who just got here.
This is a cool place.
It really is. And
I mean, we have a great city. I mean, I moved here in 1982 to go to the university.
Yes.
And so I've really kind of grown up here. You know, the first chance I had to decide where I wanted to live, I came to New Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. The mountains and the rivers and the urban and the rural, and it's not just Albuquerque either. It's just the state in itself. If you travel around New Mexico,
so true,
you'll see things that you just can't see anywhere else. So.
And you have such a passion for it, and you also have a vision for Albuquerque. And I want to talk about this. We talked about it at the top of the show, called ABQ The Plan. So what is that?
Well, ABQ The Plan is this idea that when I first got elected, I asked all of my staff, I said, why don't you bring me the plans that the city has?
Okay.
So they brought me this stack of plans about this tall.
I can imagine.
And they were great plans. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. There's a lot of work that went into these plans.
Sure.
But if you add them all up, it didn't really make a plan. So I said we have a lot of plans, but we don't have a plan. So what do we do when somebody says, what's Albuquerque going to look like in 25 years?
What do you do?
What am I going to tell my son who's 16? What are we going to tell people about the direction of our city?
Right.
Not speed humps and sidewalks and stop signs, but the bigger
big
vision.
picture.
And so that's what ABQ The Plan is about. We spent 2 years
Wow.
so far. We're not done yet, talking to the community about what do you think would be better.
Yeah.
And we started hearing things like, well, gosh, I'd like the river more into my day-to-day life. Well, me too.
Yeah.
We'd like more activity paths. We would like to do more on Route 66. We'd like to see more neighborhoods like Nob Hill and Edo and Atrisco, and things where we can go to entertainment districts. And we want to make sure that Paseo and I-25, for goodness sakes, gets done. And we wanted to, what ABQ The Plan, when it's finished, what it's supposed to be, is basically a condensed plan that says if we do concentrate on the following things, the river, biking, recreation, critical infrastructure, public transportation, all of these things, that 25 years we will turn around and we'll say, wow, I don't remember any one thing that made the difference, but we're even better than we are today.
And you'll have something to be proud of for your kids as well. And you actually visited several cities to really learn their best practices. And I'm curious what cities that you went to visit, and also what you found out about each one and how they would fit into the plan.
Well, we went to cities that have a track record and a reputation of investing in themselves, because cities that invest in themselves move forward. Cities that don't. And so a lot of what we had to do at the beginning was to get the fiscal house of Albuquerque in order. I mean, we've had to cut almost $150 million since I've been the mayor in the last 2.5 years. But we wanted to make sure we kept our people employed, that we kept services to the community whole. But then we wanted to go to other cities and say, what are you doing to invest? So we went to Oklahoma City, of all places.
Did you really?
And they've done some things. They've got an Olympic rowing center. They've got all kinds of things that they've done in the city of Oklahoma City to make it a better place. They call it MAPS, Metropolitan Area Projects. But they've done lots and lots of things from a quality of life, critical infrastructure as well.
That's great.
We went to Denver. We know the 16th Street Mall area. We tell people like to go there. We went to Denver. We went to Indianapolis, who's really invested in sports facilities, who have a lot of new dollars that come to their city because people go there to play volleyball, basketball. They invested in structures to play sports. We went to Chicago, a much bigger city than us, but another city that has a reputation of investing in itself. And it's interesting. If you look at cities that do, they look much different than cities that just kind of get by.
You take a little something from everywhere. And I want to break down the plan a little bit, because a lot of these projects are really important to talk about. First, let's talk about the Paseo del Norte I-25 interchange, because last night the City Council decided to put it in the hands of the voters. So what is the game plan?
November 6th.
Okay.
I'm going to look in the camera.
Yes, do it.
November 6th. Vote for Paseo. So when you go out this year and you vote for the presidential election, and you vote for the Senate elections, and you vote for the state representatives, when you go to vote in November this year, you will see a question on the ballot about Paseo and I-25.
Okay.
It's a $50 million question. The voters, we hope, will vote for it. There was a scientific poll done, not by me, but by someone outside of the city recently, and it shows the support for Paseo and I-25 at over 70%. Men, women, Democrats, Republicans, all 9
Benefits
council
everybody.
districts. I mean, the support's over the top. We tried to get it through the city council with the 7 votes that we needed there. We were 1 short. We had 3 councilors that wouldn't vote for it. So what we need to do now is rely on ourselves. Go out on November 6th and vote for Paseo. We already have models. The engineering's already going. The State Department of Transportation's going. Senator Bingaman put in $20 million. The state legislature and Governor Martinez have put in $30 million. Now it's up to us in Albuquerque to put our piece in and get this critical infrastructure going.
I'm glad you got the word out there for that. And also I want to mention that earlier in the summer, you actually held town hall meetings to discuss the future of Route 66. I mean, this is such a passion for you, I know. So what's your vision towards bringing the Mother Road back to be a great place to not only be, but to live, to work, and to play?
Well, first of all, we have one of the longest, or if not the longest stretch of urban Route 66 in the country.
Yes, we do.
Some of the really great neighborhoods in America are on Central, on Route 66. You know, I already mentioned some, Nob Hill, Edo, downtown, the university areas, Trisco. So the idea on Central is I don't want anybody really driving through Albuquerque on the interstate. I want you to get off at 98th Street. I want you to get off at Tramway. I want you to get off at where Central crosses I-25 and get out there and explore our great city, the great food, the music, the people. I mean, we're a very diverse city.
No doubt.
And when people come to Albuquerque, I don't know if you saw the letter from the chancellor for Southern University in the newspaper yesterday, where the Southern University football team came into town last week. They brought their absolutely world-class band with them.
Cool.
And he wrote a letter and sent it to our newspaper saying Albuquerque is one of the nicest places he's been. You know, when they got here, it was all smiles. People were glad that they were here. They just went through Hurricane Isaac. I mean, we are great because of the people.
The feedback is incredible.
And so we want people to get on Route 66, see the nostalgia, see the, you know, get some great food, really enjoy Route 66. It's an economic driver. It really puts us on the forefront. So we're talking about taking the neon sign ordinances, for example, and expanding those so more businesses can do neon signs.
Well, and it looks beautiful also. And speaking of looking good, I know that you're interested in giving the convention center a bit of a facelift.
We are, $20 million.
What's the plan on that?
Well, here's the deal. We have people come to Albuquerque. They get off an airplane. They want to plan their convention.
Yes.
They get off the airplane. They look up and they say, what beautiful blue skies. Look at the mountains. Look at the rivers.
Isn't that the truth?
And they drive through town and they go, what a beautiful city. They walk into that old side of the convention center, the west side, and they go, we're not coming.
Wow.
Because it was built in the 1970s. It's really never had a lot of attention. It's structurally a battleship. It's fine structurally, but it's not what people want.
Right.
So we, without raising taxes, without doing anything, we refinanced the debt on that. We had 7% debt on that. We refinanced some of it lower than 3%. Now we have $20 million. We don't have to go to the citizens. It's already money that's coming in.
Wow, that's good.
And say, let's put $20 million. We'd like to put $50 million, but the fact is we don't have that, and I don't want to go farther down that road other than what we can afford today, because as people that are watching know, it's tough times out there.
No doubt about that. But, you know, everyone is so excited about everything that you're working on, including this next one. I have to mention this, the Albuquerque River Corridor Improvement Plan. This project has been approved now by the City Council. So what are the details and how soon will the work begin?
$150,000 study going on right now. A local planning firm is doing the study. We're just going to talk about this very simple concept. Bring the river more into our day-to-day lives. What does that mean? Well, I've paddleboarded on the river.
We've seen it.
It's hard to get in and out. You know, it's hard to get in and out of the water. There's no boat ramps. There's no launches. There's no places to really conveniently get in and out. Kayaking, biking, hiking, maybe some horseback riding. This isn't about the San Antonio River Walk, because we can't do that, wouldn't want to do that anyway. It's a matter of having these, you know, where we cross the river, make centers of civilization separated by areas of wilderness, so that you can go down and do all the things that you like to do, but you can still get a cup of coffee, you could rent a bike, you could have somebody pick you up in your kayak, drive you back to your car, whatever.
Wouldn't that be so, I mean, we are such an outdoor state, and to take advantage of that is so important. And the City Council also approved a plan to construct a 50-mile multi-use loop around the city of Albuquerque.
To study it. To take the bike loop, another $150,000 study to study where we have the bike loops currently, tie those all together. So you could get on a bike and ride 15 miles and stay to bed and breakfast. Ride 15 miles, go to the zoo, see the Old Town, see the Hispanic Cultural Center, see this, we call this string of pearls, this cultural trail. Get on that, but see mountains, see rivers, see urban, see rural. All of these things that you can do within you know, riding distance.
It's wonderful. So. It's wonderful. And I also want to mention the fact that just yesterday, you and Mrs. Berry also opened the first early literacy center at the main library. We just talked about that. This is so fantastic. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the center. I know this is a passion for your wife.
Well, Maria's really been working. This isn't a first lady thing for her.
Right.
This is something she's had a passion for 20, 25 years. And literacy is just so important. It's so important for our well-being, for the next generation. So anything we can do, especially studies show early childhood development.
Absolutely.
You get the kids early, you get them excited, you get them interested in literacy, and things go much, much better throughout their lives. And so at the main library downtown, we opened up the literacy center yesterday. We'll have 2 more libraries between it's the Albuquerque-Bernalillo County library system. Just to foster storytelling, foster getting books into kids' hands. I mean, it's so not a complicated formula. No. It's just we you know, and yesterday we went down and the kids are there, and you know, what's better than kids?
Nothing. Nothing. And I'm so glad you're doing this. And you know, I don't want to cut you off, but we're not done with you yet. So what's going to happen is you're going to want to stay with us because it's Better Breakfast Month, and after the break, we're cooking with Mayor Berry.
It's not going to be pretty.
It's not.